Tomorrow is the big debate. Will there be a vote? Won't there be a vote? UPA doesn't want a vote. NDA wants a vote. Will political parties be forced to take positions on the House? We're going to go drive across to Parliament to get a sense of what the action is there. But first, my exclusive guest this section, the man who's making the moves on behalf of the opposition, Arun Jaitley, leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha. Mr. Jaitley, question number one to you is, many people believe, some people have said in fact on Times Now, that the BJP is acting in a duplicitous way by politicizing this entire matter.
Well, I don't think they are wrong entirely. They are partly wrong. Our conduct is not questionable, but we certainly are treating it as an important political issue. We are a political party, and therefore political issues have to be handled politically. And it's responsible politics to say that with the debate over the last 3 years, this is how our stand has evolved. This is what our specific position is. We've spoken to more than one civil society group. We've spoken to the government. We've spoken to other political parties in opposition. We've evolved our stand, and we've made our stand absolutely clear. And we are not being rigid. We are willing to work with sufficient flexibility for a situation where the situation can be resolved so that Anna breaks his fast.
No, Mr. Jaitley, let's get specific. There are different parallel motions under Rule 168 in the Rajya Sabha, Rule 184 in the Lok Sabha. Can your motion be rejected by the Speaker or the Vice Chairman?
Well, that's the ruling of the Chair. I would not like to anticipate a ruling and comment on it. But the reason why we've asked it on a voting provision, and the resolution, if you see, gives 9 specifics. Now, the reason why we've given 9 specifics are that these are the ones which control the core of this entire Lokpal bill. Therefore, rather than have 3 bills in front of you and convert the House into a seminar room and speak in generalities, I think it's important for political parties to specifically address an issue. This specifically issue being addressed will send a signal outside, not only enable Anna to break his fast, but at the same time it will also enable most of us and people of India to know who stands for what.
On the right-hand side of your screen are pictures of Anna Hazare on the 11th day going to the 12th day of the fast. Mr. Arun Jaitley, Rahul Gandhi said today in Parliament, why not elevate the whole debate and fortify the Lokpal? How do you read Rahul Gandhi saying elevate the debate? Don't just talk of a statutory body. Build a constitutional body. It may take time, but it's worth it.
Well, if you speak after a long time, I think this is quite natural that you speak only to make an intervention that you want to elevate a debate. But I can tell you, my own experience of the last 4 decades, growing up from a student into a political activist has been, when we have no specifics to offer, we always speak of systemic changes. And that's what probably the Congress party tried to do today.
No, but are you saying that Rahul Gandhi was not completely genuine when he said this?
Well, I am not going to make a judgment in terms of the phrases you use. How does it make a difference today whether it's a constitutional body or it's a legal body? A constitutional body is created by a 2/3 majority, a statutory body is created by a 1/2 majority. Both provisions are enforceable. One, it's a difference of nomenclature, but then you are not in a position to create even a statutory body. You are speaking in terms of a constitutional body. Now that you've spoken, I would appreciate it if you either walk the talk or appear before the standing committee and give testimony as to why you think a constitutional body is better than a statutory body.
Now, Mr. Jaitley, the calling off of the fast now has been linked to the motion under 184 in Parliament. In other words, till now, this was Anna versus government. Now it's become NDA versus UPA. Is that a good thing? How do you view it?
Well, I can tell you, I've had some of the most cordial talks, non-confrontationist talks with the government. We've had talks with various civil society groups. We've evolved our position. I am glad that some of the civil society groups, including Anna's group, also has evolved its position. Otherwise, we would not have been able to converge to this position. I would only urge that in this spirit, if we still work rightly, there is a convergence of opinion possible. I have discussed with other political parties in the opposition, including those diametrically opposed to us. Our views have started converging on this issue. And therefore, I think the government must also look at it with the same spirit.
No, but isn't it very worrying? I am looking at it in terms of the ramifications of this on Anna calling off his fast. I find it very worrying that if 184 motion is defeated tomorrow, if 184 happens, then how will you get Anna Hazare to call off his fast? All this politics is making it more complicated, Mr. Jaitley.
Well, I would urge the government to show an element of statesmanship. The government has the onus to come out with a discussion and in a form in which the government can create a conducive environment. The government must not try to be too clever by half. The government must be upfront and must know what it tries to do.
But why should the government or the treasury benches be guided by you, the opposition parties?
Well, they need not be guided by us. We are even willing to be guided by them, provided they are on the right track.
But can there be no political consensus?
Well, I think a political consensus is possible, and I am saying that as a person who's actively spoken to various ministers, who's actively spoken to various civil society groups. I think the areas of difference are not so much, particularly when both law and language permit you a sufficient amount of flexibility.
No, but you and Sushma Swaraj, tallest leaders from the BJP in parliament, will you initiate backroom talks tonight or before parliament to reach some kind of a consensus on the side?
Well, that's the whole object of this debate. For example, I'll give you an illustration. Now, one of the sticking issues is lower bureaucracy.
Right.
Now, there are two options possible. The government option is that it must only be with vigilance. They say it must be with Lokpal. There are you can either have the whole thing with the Lokpal, or alternatively you can have a mechanism where you have the government formulation plus give a right of appeal against the vigilance decision so that the Lokpal becomes an appellate authority, so it comes under the Lokpal also. These are formulations which are available, and in fact I have personally suggested this option both to the civil society groups as also to the senior most people in the government.
Mr. Jaitley, simply put, can you win a vote? Can you actually win a vote?
Well, I think we are making a point. It's an appeal. Parliament functions with a certain element of consensus, and at the end of the day this issue will be resolved by a consensus. The vote will compel political parties to disclose their stand, and in that process I think the possibility of moving and converging to a solution will be much higher.
Oh, so that reveals strategy, that this is all going to lead to a consensus, which means there are probably backroom talks on. Now, Mr. Jaitley, last question on this is, I know votes don't technically lead to government falling, but is there any political alternative that the country has to the present government?
Well, the political alternative is the government continues its dialogue. Both parties, that is Team Anna and the government, both continue to talk with an open mind. We continue to support that dialogue and come out with a reasonable solution.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jaitley.